Investors in AMC Entertainment Holdings AMC need to pay close attention to the stock based on moves in the options market lately. That is because the April 22nd, 2022 $51 call had some of the highest implied volatility of all equity options. What is implied volatility? It shows how much movement the market is expecting in the future. Options with high levels of implied volatility suggest that investors in the underlying stocks are expecting a big move in one direction or the other. It could also mean there is an event coming up soon that may cause a big rally or a huge sell-off. However, implied volatility is only one piece of the puzzle when putting together an options trading strategy. Guys, ladies and gentlemen, this is exactly what I have been talking about, why I go over the option activity every single day here on this channel, and we need to talk about what is next for AMC stock and why AMC is down over 5% today. I personally think this is a great time to get in on some options if you missed the last run up. We know there is catalyst here on the near term future for AMC stock, and that is likely why the implied volatility is so high. And these catalysts that I speak of are likely going to be more buys. AMC stock is going to load up on different companies. They said they were looking at 5 different companies and willing to spend about $500 million. Odds are those catalysts are going to come here in the next couple of weeks. Could be wrong, not financial advice. Do what you guys got to do. Options trading is not for most people, but I do want to talk to you guys about all of this, what is going on in the markets, what the data is looking like for AMC stock for the day, all of that good stuff, as you guys already know. So hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. If you guys are new here, consider sticking around a while. And if you want to come join us, you want to come join the trading community, link down below in the pinned comment, and follow me on Twitter because why not? It's free 99. Now, let's get into exactly what is going on today. What is really the market driving catalyst? So I put out a video yesterday talking about today was going to be another big catalyst. You see the Russell 2000 down about 1.13%, NASDAQ down 1%, S&P down 0.5%, Dow Jones down 0.5% as well. And it's the Fed speakers. And that's the main headline on CNBC. It says, Fed's Bullard says interest rate policy is behind the curve, but it's making progress. So we know we're going to get 0.5% rate hikes. That isn't going to spook the markets. We already know that. The Fed rate monitor tool is projecting 250 basis point rate hikes back to back. Now, in the sense of the markets, eventually we're going to see a crash because of this. I don't know when it'll happen. If the Fed does start to go faster as far as reducing their balance sheet, we talked about all of that yesterday, the news for that, $95 billion per month. That's what they're going to reduce their balance sheet. Not good, but definitely not as bad as it could have been. That's why the markets really have not flushed. They've not crashed through the ground. You're not seeing a 3, 4, 5% down day right now. So that's that. But we want to see the markets coming down. We actually want to see AMC coming down with the broad markets to get that liquidity squeeze. You're already seeing margin rates going up, cost to borrow rates, just access to capital is becoming more expensive. So when you see stocks go down as well, hedge funds really start to lose out in their overall portfolios. Then once you see a catalyst for AMC stock, there's a lot more shorts that don't have money to service those margin calls. So they go, hey, we got to cover. And that starts the chain effect, the domino effect. So that's, I guess, in the longer term sense of what I'm looking at. I've been talking about this for 6 months now, longer than that. The liquidity crunch, that's what it's going to cause the most. And just to be clear, it's not the markets coming down in general. It's not a crash coming down. It's not interest rates going up or margin rates going up, cost to borrow rates going up. That's not going to cause the MOS by itself. That mixed with a catalyst will cause the MOS. Mark my words. That mixed with a catalyst will cause the MOS. So don't expect the markets just to come down and the MOS to happen just like that. That's not how the stock market works. Now, it does say, St. Louis Fed President James Bullard said the Fed central bank is behind the curve on interest rates, but it's making progress. Bullard has been among the Fed's biggest proponents for aggressive rate hikes, which he said could result in raising the short-term borrowing rate as high as 3.5%. That's before the end of the year. And if the markets were going to react negatively to anything, it probably would have been Fed Bullard this morning. The markets did react negatively. We're obviously down over 1.2% on the Russell 2000, Nasdaq down 1%, but it's not as bad as it could have been. Yet again, Bullard did not say anything more than what we already heard from the Fed minutes. That's what I really stressed to you guys last night, was you need to see something that is worse or different from the Fed minutes. That's not exactly what we've seen for today. Bullard was kind of in line with the Fed minutes. Continuing jobless claims did actually, initial jobless claims came in better than expected, right? 166,000. We were expecting 200,000. So that was definitely a good thing for the markets, which is kind of seen as a bad thing. But you also do have a couple other Fed speakers here in about the next hour. Fed Evans, Fed Bostic, and Fed Williams. These guys were on the dovish side, especially Fed Evans and Fed Bostic, but now they've started to become more of a hawk. So they could move the markets. I wouldn't count on it though. Let's just say that one. But nonetheless, let's talk about exactly what is going on with AMC stock. So why is AMC falling in the first place? Well, AMC has been falling so aggressively in the first place because people are taking this opportunity to short the stock into the ground. That's exactly what we're going to get into here in just a second when we talk about the Ortex data. That's what the data is telling us. I don't think this really matters in the grand scope of things. I think it's actually good that the markets are coming down. Some stocks are coming down. AMC is going to have to come down as well. But it's a lot of shorting activity, and some of the short-term traders may have sold out. Don't fool yourself. Don't kid yourself. Not everybody that buys AMC is in it for the MOS. Some people just want to make a quick trade and get in, get out. That's all fine. That's all dandy. Sometimes you make money. Sometimes you lose money, right? But patience in the market pays. Patience pays, baby. So what I'm really looking at right now, and what I'm kind of excited for, is actually getting an opportunity to buy more options in AMC stock. It's pretty simple when it comes down to it. The stock went straight up. Now it's come straight back down. It will see a bounce. We're holding above that key level at about $18.50 per share. You can see intraday today, we actually did hit $18.63. That's my confirmation of solid level of support and demand under $18.50. You really started to see the bids coming in, and even though the markets were dropping during this time, AMC actually started to bounce. So really looking at the options here, they're kind of expensive, so I'm going to be a little bit picky. But if you guys want access to those trades, the option moves that I do make in AMC or any other stock, check out the link down below in the pinned comment, like I did say. But let's get into some of the data that you guys need to know. And let's go ahead and refresh Ortex. And we are looking at 20.85% short interest up free float, 107.47 million shares that are sold short, cost to borrow max of 2.73%. Utilization still for like over a month now is at 100%. That in and of itself is implying a big move. If people like hedge funds and institutions that lend out stock don't want to lend out anything, it's because they're implying a move to the upside. You're not going to lend out your stock for 2, 3, 4, 5, 10% cost to borrow rates like we've seen if you think the stock is going to move 20% or it's moving 45% in a day, right? I hope you guys wouldn't. Institutional investors, they're definitely not as well. Days to cover is sitting at 2.45, so all is good there as well. It's going to be hard for shorts to get out of their short positions. Highest days to cover rates we have seen ever. I mean, we've never been this high on the days to cover. You could look. This purple line back here was the June rally, right? And days to cover is always high and then goes low after a rally. And it's really a sign of the volume and what is going on in that regard. Now you can see it's just been climbing. Even during that last rally, we only came down a little bit. Like, if you were to really see the volume pick up and to see the days to cover actually shoot down, you would have seen the stock shoot straight up. And shorts didn't cover, and they're not taking this opportunity to slowly cover on their short positions. They're just digging themselves a deeper hole. As far as the option activity for the day, you're looking at 40 orders totaling $14.19 million, positive order value of 16%. This is the lowest positive order value that we have seen in a single day in a while now. And you are seeing a lot, some activity for tomorrow. Some of these institutions are trading the weekly options. So, nonetheless, That's really what we're looking at as far as the Ortex data is concerned. As far as the max pain, that is sitting at $21 by tomorrow. So that would imply a pretty decent move to the upside, considering we are only sitting here at about $19.42 per share. AMC, definitely starting to get a little bit of a move to the upside. Like I said, looks like a decent time to initiate an option trade. Stocks don't just go down, they just don't go up. AMC is well due for a bounce and might have a catalyst at that. That is more on the lines of speculation. But if we're looking ahead to what is going to happen tomorrow as far as data, if there's any catalyst, there is literally nothing for tomorrow. There's this WASDE report. That's not going to move the markets. Nothing too crazy, really Russia, Ukraine, or something sporadic from the Fed. That's what is going to move the markets, and that's what has been moving the markets here over the last couple of weeks. Now, I will tell you guys that Europe is in a really bad situation, so I actually have some shorts on Europe as well as Japan, and you're seeing bond activity plummeting. You're seeing bond yields shooting through the roof. Investors are selling out of bonds at a very dramatic pace, something we have not seen in about the last 10 years. So that is kind of telling you shit's about to hit the fan. So that could affect our markets as well because we're so interconnected, and I'm going to be very mindful and watchful of that, but I really don't expect anything too crazy for tomorrow. Really what it comes down to is investors are still digesting what happened from the Fed minutes, and if we are red today, then we'll likely be green tomorrow, along the lines of, you don't just continuously go down or up in the stock market. So that's that. Let's briefly go over what the technical outlook looks for AMC stock. We pull up the daily candlestick chart. Like I said, volume went up, price of the stock went up, and then we have since just came straight back down. We've almost lost a majority of the gains that we had, but like I said, you're seeing a lot of support around that 1850 level. The 50-day moving average is actually at $18.20 per share, so that's where you're seeing a lot of that support as well, just really in that $18.50 to $18 range. I don't really expect us to break under that, especially not in a meaningful way. I don't think you're going back to 15 or 1290 like our low back here. If we do, you're going to see the market sell off in a very dramatic way. And there's been a lot of people that have talked about getting puts on AMC, and that doesn't make a whole lot of sense in my personal opinion. The stock can only go down so much, and the premiums are too high. That's probably a bad trading move when it does come down to it, unless that is a day trade. So I do expect a bounce here. I expected a bounce sooner, but it looks like it's coming. I mean, you've kind of de-risked the stock, even if you're averaging down at this point, and it seems like a better buy now than it was just even a week or two ago. So nonetheless, I'm pretty damn bullish on what I'm seeing right now. The MACD has went bearish. It has diverged and went under this blue signal line, this yellow line. That's the CCC line. Under the blue signal line, that is bearish. And you're only looking at volume for the day so far at about 32 million. We're about halfway through trading right now. So you've definitely seen the volume come in and then die down, and that's expected to see the price of the stock follow the trend of volume, but we are holding up higher than we were to start this rally. So when you do see that upside move, it's going to be explosive, and we're going to regain a lot of that loss that we have been taking here over the past week or so. As far as the RSI, that is at 47.49, so it is indicating to us that we're a little bit on the oversold side. So that's it. We really need to break out above the 100-day moving average at $23.18 per share, or break under the 50-day moving average. Those are going to be the key levels. $21 is going to be a big psychological level, call it that. A little bit of a prior support level or resistance level. So we'll see exactly how it plays out. Could go either way. Leave your comments down below in the comment section. As well as that, come join us on the live stream every single night in between 10 and 11 p.m. so we can go over all of this information and much more. So that is going to be all. Get your free stocks down below with Webull, Moomoo, and Public. And like I said, if you guys want to come trade with us, link down below in the pinned comment. And follow me on Twitter. That is free99. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.